So we are here again. Where is here? Here is my bathroom because you guys wanted to see my teeth and I don't really know. I'm gonna need the mirror. So we're in the bathroom. Surprisingly, so many of you asked to see closer views or had questions or whatever. So I'm gonna show you more of the cavity filling. That's no longer a cavity, the filling. We'll just call it the filling for now. Yeah, so let's do that. I did try and take a picture too. Trying to turn the light on. So that you can see better in the picture. Hold on, this is gonna be confusing. No, it's not. I'm so good. Alright, let's see. Can you see? Actually, it looks blurry. I think it's too close. Anyway, this is why I didn't film it before, because it doesn't come out that clear. Ooh, ghost stories. Anyway, if you look in the back, this didn't come out in picture either. I have sealants, and we'll talk about that in a minute, on the two, not in the actual bag molars, but up one. This is not working out so well. Anyway, I have sealants, and then I can't show you without this. I also have another filling, but you know what? Honestly, I have two enamel, tooth color, whatever you want to call it, fillings. I don't know where they are because it was so long ago that I got them, and I don't know which tooth it's on. I think there's one on this side top. I can't tell the difference, which is great. And then there's one on the bottom somewhere, but I'm not sure where. All I know is there is one. And yeah, so other than that, I can't really show you the tooth colored ones. Sorry for all of those who asked. Yes, I do have them. I have other fillings. I have two other fillings that are tooth colored, enamel colored, whatever the fancy word is. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I don't try to be a professional. I'm just telling you what happened to me. Maybe it'll calm your nerves. Blah, 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 which a lot of you have told me it has, which is funny. And then y'all told me that I was funny, which I don't see how I'm funny. But if I'm funny to you, that's great. I'm glad I'm funny. So the last thing in my mouth is... Alright, there, you see it? Oh! That tooth isn't really like a tooth. It's a crown. Long story short, I broke off my tooth riding a bicycle no-handed because that was cool, and it didn't work out so well. I'm not that cool. So my tooth is under there. It's like this little tiny little itty bitty little pole, which they used to harden it onto. I had it like plastery stuff shaped on there for however many years till like my mouth finished growing. Because they're like, oh, we can't put it on, we don't want to have to change it, blah, blah. But now it's there. On the front, it's a little shorter, but a lot of people, you can't tell at first glance, and unless you're like a dentist or a hygienist or whatever. But I always smile like this, which covers it. So you can't tell that one's longer than the other, so like you can never ever tell, which I'm so grateful for. But it's a little grayer. I don't know, you can't get too close with this camera. It's a little bit grayer. Anyway, if you see any little black spots in my teeth in the back there, I had blackberries for breakfast and they're kind of stuck in there. Sorry. Alright, let's go do somewhere, let's go somewhere else and do the questions because it's so hot in the bathroom. There's no fan and it's like sweaty nastiness. There's no good lighting, so I am apologizing for that. It's a gloomy day, so I couldn't even use natural lighting. But I'm going to attempt to answer some of the questions that you guys left me. I am not a professional. Go figure. I'm just a girl sitting in front of a camera telling you what happened to her. Anyway, so I did that. Like so many of you wrote into me. It's like so weird for me to be like, hey, do you know? No, I don't know. I'm not a dentist. I would tell you, I answered that question. So many people are like, oh my god, I'm so scared to go to the dentist. Go, talk to him. find out, because I know when I had, alright, so let's talk a little bit about mine. So I said I broke this tooth, right? I went to the first dentist. It was awful. He came out with me with a needle that was like this long, and then the whole thing, like, it took like 3 hands, and he had to have nurses help, and I was freaked. And he was like this mean dentist, and he was like, I have to blah, and then I'm gonna cut it off and drill it out. And I was like, oh my god. Now at the time I was like a little kid, I was petrified. So we switched dentists. I loved my last dentist. I mean, I love the new dentist too, but I loved my last dentist. He was like, why did he do that to you? Why didn't he? Because to me, it really helped to know like what he was gonna do. And then he used like a regular size needle. But like he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this and this, and then we're gonna grind it off. And we're gonna try and save it. We're gonna work with it. We're not gonna do this like with the crown until you're old enough so that you don't have to keep getting these made. Because you have to do that thing like when you do when you get braces. I guess you know, they like, put that putty in that like looks like a mouth guard and it like itches. And they shove it in. You have to like sit there and you can't breathe, and like it gags me. I have gags. I was like, let's not do that more than once. You know, don't have to worry about it. But like I always had him like, can you explain what you're gonna do? Just tell me what's gonna go on, because like even knowing it just makes it better, you know? So if you're scared, talk to the dentist. If you're scared of needles, find out if they can do it another way. Somebody asked me how to prevent a cavity. How to prevent a cavity? Well, there's lots of ways to prevent cavities. One is the cleaning of your teeth, brushing your teeth every day. Dentists recommend 2 times a day, in the morning and at night. And you want to get all that like stuff off before you go to bed, and anything that was left on there, or like your saliva, and it like gets all meh, you get that yucky taste sometimes in the morning. I guess that's not good for you. I don't know. Brush your teeth at least once a day. Some people are like, after every meal. I don't do that. I don't have that time. Floss your teeth once a day. Now, my dentist is like, you can't floss once a day because every time I go in, I bleed. My gums are very, very sensitive. I'm very gentle when I do it. Like I push on them so they get like the roughness up, but they like pop it up in there, like, and then I just start gushing. That's 2. Going to the dentist and getting your teeth cleaned. You're supposed to do it every 6 months. I know sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes insurance won't cover it. My insurance would cover it once a year. The different insurance, whatever. Do it as often as your insurance will allow. Staying away. The other part of this was staying away from things. Candies. Lots of like hard candies, because you suck and then it just sits like you suck on a lollipop or sucker or whatever you want to call them. Hard candy, peppermints. You suck on it and it just like coats your teeth. It's not so bad when you eat like a piece of chocolate or whatever, but that, let's see, drinking candy, like drinking candy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hold on, scratch that. Drinking like soda pop soda, whatever you want to call it, and depending on where you are in the world. Pepsi, Coke type thing, if you don't know what that is. Get diet. It does taste different, but you won't know if you're just used to that. Definitely recommend that, because that again like sits on your teeth if you're gonna drink it like all the time. If you're gonna drink it like once in a while at parties or whatever, it's not so much of a big deal. Just make sure you brush your teeth really well that night or whatever if you're gonna do it rarely. Gum. My dentist, I chew a lot of gum. I'm a gumaholic. I am seriously addicted to gum. My dentist said that's great. It like actually helps pull the food out from in between your teeth so that it doesn't rot and give you cavities, but make sure there is no sugar in your gum. They make sugar-free gum and it's good because I chew it all the time. So get sugar-free. And then the last one was if you smoke. Smoking is really bad for your teeth. I do not smoke because I'm kind of a health freak in that way. But do not, or whatever, smoking, do not what? Do not, I don't know what I was going to say there. Do not smoke. It's bad for you. Do not forget to brush your teeth when you're smoking, because it'll also leave that stain. Your teeth will become more yellowed and yellowed and yellowed and yellowed. And toothpaste, they have something like, oh, it helps remove surface stains. I guess it helps. I don't know. I don't have it to say that it does or doesn't. Let's see. How long did it take to get the filling? This filling They put the gel on, let it sit for about, I'd say like 5 to 10 minutes. I don't really remember, it was a while ago. And then they took that out, and I like, my whole side of my face was just numb. He comes in and I'm like trying to talk and like it's not really moving. It was like really still. It was funny. And I was like, get that little bit of drool. And then he gave me the shot, and then he let that sit so that it like got in there. Because when you inject something, it doesn't go everywhere right away. It's not like when you spill something on a paper towel and it absorbs, because there's already fluid in there. So he let it sit. I would say that was for about 15 minutes. So it was about half an hour with this, maybe a little less, 20 minutes. And then it was like 15 minutes to drill it and fill it. That rhymed. Someone asked, is it more sensitive now that I've had the cavity filled, that tooth? No, I don't see a difference, because the nerve endings are still the same. But like hot and cold is the same. Let's see, what is it? Braces. People have been asking me if I had braces. No, I have not had braces. Okay, I've gotten some personal messages from people telling me about their versions. I love hearing that you went and that it was painless, or that it worked for you or whatever, which is great. Some people have been asking me, hey, I want that video, hey, I want that video, hey, I want that video. Did you do that video yet? Is it up? Is it up? No, it's coming. It's coming. Here it is. Now you have it. Someone asked me, I'm actually going to give you the username, so, because they were really smart. They were paying attention. It's M42131, and he said, what is that silver rod that he puts around the tooth? If you'll see, after he finishes drilling, when he's starting to fill it, he'll put, it's like a little ring with like a silver pole coming off it. And he puts it around the tooth, and then he spins it to tighten it. That's because it was in the back of my tooth. So otherwise the filling would have just flowed everywhere. So we had to give it like a shape, and that way it won't like touch any of the other teeth and get stuck on there and anything. So we just tightened it on to fit like around my tooth. And then, yeah, that was a good question. The other good question that they had, the back of my front of my tooth, this one. I know, he was like, what is that? Did you get a cavity there? Why is it like a different color? That would be the crown, which we already talked about. Is it painful? No, I wouldn't say it's any more painful than the filling. You still had to get Novocaine. When I had to get it done back when I was a little kid, I had to get a root canal, and that was somewhat, but not really at all. I would say the needle's probably like the worst part. Everyone's like, oh, but you can still feel things when you get the needle and the Novocaine. I didn't feel any pain. I felt pressure, and I could feel the vibration from like the drill like moving, but other than that, I did not feel any pain. Hopefully that answered the questions for those. What was the other question someone had? I don't really remember. Anyway, any other questions? Again, I will try and answer them. I am not professional. I did not expect this video to go as big and popular as it did. I just thought it was like a stupid funny thing, and I kind of wanted to see for myself. Like, I know what they do, but I wanted to see it. So I didn't think I was going to get this many views on it. I thought I'd get like 10 to 20, and now we're in like the 30,000s, which is weird and cool and great. So hopefully this will answer any of those other questions that you've left me, because you've all been so nice. It's so weird. I like had one weird queer comment. Other than that, nothing, which is great. And yeah, hopefully that answered. All right, I'm gonna go now, and I will see you all later. Bye.